One of my mentors when I was much younger was John Gardner, considered at the time probably the most famous teacher of creative writing in the United States. John's the author of many important books. One of my favorites of his is the story Grendel. And, John would talk about how when you write, you are asking the reader to suspend their disbelief. Think about it. When you watch Star Wars, as far as we know, there's no other universe in a far, far galaxy, far, far away, with Ewoks and Chewbacca and spaceship Millennial Falcon and Darth Vader and the Emperor. There isn't any of that. We know it's not real. More than that, we know it's manufactured. We know those are actors and those are special effects telling a story. But during the time you were watching that movie, or reading that book, or reading a poem, you suspend that disbelief and you get into the story. You allow yourself to be absorbed into the story. And you know for a fact when you watch a movie or TV sometimes the whole world disappears. You're just into that story. You're just staring at the television with your mouth agape. Drooling. No, I hope you're not drooling. But when anything pulls you out, in writing, if a big fancy long word that the writer put in there for no reason other than to show how smart he is, or some weird allusion to some reference that you don't know, if it makes you stop and you have to go run off and find a thesaurus or a dictionary or get on the computer and Google that word, it stopped you from being in that story. John Gardner said that when you're in a story like that, and you suspend disbelief, you are inside the vivid and continuous dream of the story. And that took you away. It made you stop and get out of that continuous dream. And that's, a writer's job is to connect with the reader, not to disconnect with them and make them stop and do something else. So avoid using big fancy words for the fun of it. Don't just go around using a thesaurus. Don't just use Greek references and allusions that nobody knows because you think it makes you sound smart, or a poem is supposed to be hard to determine its meaning. It's not.